What is up, blockchain gang? Today we are taking a look at the most appropriate way that cosmetic items should be incorporated into a competitive blockchain game as NFTs, specifically a MOBA, but most of these concepts would work for any type of fair contest of skill. Now, I already made a video how we should layer Web 3 over traditional Web 2 gaming without relaunching the games and wasting all of the time and progress people have already put into developing them, but Gamers XP and community gaming are already a few examples of this currently in action. You may have heard of this referred to as Web 2.5 gaming. First, we need to talk about something many people in this space seem to forget about NFTs. Fungible means replaceable. That means that if you had 5 tokens, such as Bitcoin, and I had 5, they would be interchangeable and indistinguishable from one another. So NFT means irreplaceable. Even if we both have the exact same NFT skins, and we put them in a box and shook the box up real good, we would still be able to pull them out one by one and tell whose NFT is whose. Usually this is done by something arbitrary, such as a mint number, but it could be so much more meaningful and valuable if done correctly. And I'm not talking about randomly generated color palette swaps or accessories. They already make something like that called Barbie dolls, and you can pick them up at any major department store if you want to play a collectible dress-up game. But that is what these devs are doing. The NFTs are different, but their difference is meaningless for practical purposes other than market value, which makes them like lottery tickets. Each one identical to the other at mint, but once you reveal them is when you find out how much they are actually worth, and that is it. Just like scratching a lottery ticket. In order to make a real non-fungible token in gaming, the NFT should hold the data of the player's achievements over the course of them using it, but unique to each player, since this uniqueness is where it derives its value when compared to the other skins on the marketplace. In other words, it is a skill-driven scarcity, where the rarest and most expensive NFTs will be so because they are owned by the best players in the game, not by random chance. This also gives the user the chance to power up their earnings potential through skillful play and player loyalty. Fudge just dominated the North American LCS League of Legends Finals wearing the Broloff skin. What if you could own the same skin they used in the tournament? Not one out of a million replicas, and everyone would know it was that skin he used because of a unique identifier awarded to the NFT from winning the major tournament. This isn't just a flex though, it also boosts its earning potential. This isn't just for pros, but top-ranked players, players who do well in regional tournaments, and popular content creators as well. There should be 6 total ways for players to acquire NFT skins, with fiat currency for Web 2 players, or you can get a discount by using crypto due to bypassing the payment processor's service fees. The majority of these funds would go directly to the devs to support future development, with a portion of around 10 to 15% being injected back into the economy as cash prizes as well as unsold NFT skins as the third method. The fourth way is to buy them on the second-hand market from other players with a small commission that goes to the development team on all sales of 5%. To play for free and earn an NFT over an extended period of time. For example, you start as level 1 with each character, and when you reach max level, you can mint a single NFT skin for that hero. But you would forgo earnings the entire time you were playing until you did so. The final way is called rent to own. This allows players who own NFT skins to have them ranked up by other players if they don't have the time to do so themselves. It requires them to stake the NFT they want ranked up and another NFT of equal or lesser rank that acts as the payment for the player's services. This allows the free player to work for the NFT owner to rank it up for a predetermined amount of time of 1 to 4 weeks in 1-week increments. If the player fails to reach max level with the NFT in the pre-agreed upon amount of time, they are not awarded the second NFT as payment, and the owner keeps both of them. This is to ensure there is a floor for players who could be exploited due to a higher supply of their services than demand, as seen in other games such as Axie Infinity. This could also help prevent guilds from forming a monopoly on the ownership of NFTs, which led them to absorbing hundreds of millions of dollars in losses to their assets' value when it crashed. You may believe this served them right, but it could have easily been prevented in both cases in the first place by a better design. To ensure success of the project, the devs need to prevent the overproduction of NFTs, and they should take a snapshot of current active players as well as their ranks, only creating enough skins of each rank that are needed for the sake of scarcity, and then it will never be reproduced again. This means that everyone has the chance to buy one from the devs, and they are only subject to market prices once they sell out, or if the devs are ready to release the next skin. The remaining unsold skins should be burned to preserve the value on the second-hand market, while a few may be saved for future giveaways or tournament rewards once the skin is no longer available to buy from the devs. Each skin would be available for purchase in different ranks, so if a player was in diamond rank, they wouldn't have to buy a bronze skin and work it up to diamond. They could spend more and buy it directly and start using it in diamond. However, it would not have as much earnings as a player who leveled it up from bronze because of all of the additional matches that would require them to play. Even though there may be two of the same diamond skins on the market at one time, one may have vastly different value based upon its current game's play and overall win rate, and who minted it and what tournaments it has won. The next thing I say may sound shocking, but they should not have a native token of their own at all. Sure, a native token is a great way to reward players over time for playing or hodling, but it is just another thing to manage and another thing for players to bitch about, and it confuses players about how much they are actually earning. Instead of rewarding the players with the token that will constantly be trying to crash to zero with exploits and gambling and botting and cheating, it would be much better to just translate those tokens into NFT progression via in-game experience and other in-game currencies. My logic behind this is that a token is vulnerable to hacks, requires bridging, and is much easier to manipulate the price of on a small deck than an entire NFT marketplace. If a whale wanted to cash out millions of dollars in tokens, the market would immediately tank. However, if they listed millions of dollars in NFTs, it would take a while for the prices of all NFTs to see the fallout of this dump, as it would require finding a buyer for each one, which gives the market much more time to absorb the volatility. There should also be a limit to how much you can increase a skin in a single day. So once you get, say, 10 wins on a skin, it may earn no more experience until reset. So to continue earning value for your NFTs, you would have to own another one and use that instead, and you would not be able to rank up a skin higher than your current account rate. There are plenty of chains you could build NFTs on with minimal transaction fees, since you are not making millions of token transactions. Let's use League of Legends as an example of how this would work and pretend it is an NFT game using this design, since so many people are already familiar with it. Say that 5 new players create a League of Legends account. Danny is our first player, and he is a cheap son of a bitch, so he doesn't invest a dime into the game until he's sure he's going to enjoy playing it for a very long time. He starts maining support Leona like a total Chad and wins 100 matches in a row until he reaches level 30 and is able to mint his first NFT bronze Leona skin. Now when he plays with that skin equipped, the NFT records his performance and allows him to earn while playing. No matter what rank he is in, he will always earn like he is playing in bronze. Our second player, Onaho, uses his black American Express card to buy a bronze skin of Varus for $20 from the developers, so he can play ADC and start earning right away with every game. In addition to earning experience much earlier than Danny, he is also gaining bonus experience with his skin for each game played, further increasing his earnings over a free player. Then Greg uses his MetaMask wallet to get a gold Gragas skin for $90, which comes with a 10% discount since he used crypto to start powering it up, even though he won't get the full benefits from a gold skin until he reaches the gold rank through playing the game. Greg and Onaho's earnings will be the same for now, but soon Greg's will be much more as he climbs the ranked ladder. Next, IceXgame went on to OpenSea and picked up an NFT Lysandra skin that was unavailable to buy in the game any longer, which made the price about $200. However, this NFT already had 400 games played on it with a solid win rate, which means that even though it only had a bronze rank, they would be earning more than all 3 players due to the value that was already added to the the NFT from another player prior to them owning it. Our last hero is Pasmadogaming. He notices that a player needs their Platinum Annie skin ranked up to Diamond, so they offer them a Gold Draven skin to complete the task within 1 week. Even though Pasmadogaming is using the Annie skin this whole week, all of the earnings from the games played are actually going to the player who rented it to them in the form of that NFT skin's experience. While the rewards for doing this service is the additional Draven skin they can now play with or sell on the open market. What do you think of these designs, and do you think it would feel rewarding to players? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video interesting, take a look at some of the other videos I've made about blockchain gaming. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, Mr. Laser.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
You will be destroyed.
You're going
The
down.
explosion will be of extraordinary magnitude. Just hang on.
It takes a while.
Oh God, my back!